Hi, I'm Dan Viehman, and I'm the host of Polka Spotlight, and this is my co-host, Yvonne Viehman. We became the hosts of Polka Spotlight as the backup hosts back in 1998. Whenever Bev Rambo needed a day off, she'd call us up and we would fill in for her. And we got our feet wet at that time. And now, since Bev's retired, we've stepped in full-time as her replacement.
I started as a ballroom dancer actually, and took some lessons, and then met up with Dan on a blind date, if you can believe it.
Some people complain because blind dates are not a good thing, but in our case, it was a wonderful thing.
And the first night we met, we actually did polka. So It must be in our destiny to do a polka show.
Yes, I took her to the Gasthof zur Gemütlichkeit.
That's right.
I figured there wouldn't be any quiet moments there.
We had a few.
And as it turns out, at the end of the night, an old couple came up to us and says, "How long have you guys been dancing?" We said, "We just met tonight."
Fate, yeah.
So, and after that, we actually did do some competing in country, and we got a free trip to Disney World out of one of the championships that we won.
In Louisville, Kentucky, another trip that we won.
And then she twisted my arm into doing a little bit of ballroom dancing, which I knew nothing about. And as it turns out, there were about 12 dances that I had to learn in order to keep up with her. And we ended up doing some competing in the ballroom world, and we actually have a clip of that.
We also performed with two formation teams. It's kind of like synchronized swimming, where you are on the floor with 6 other couples and doing the same type of movement, making formations and so forth. And we were together with that group for probably 6 or 7 years. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a lot of fun. We enjoyed it. It was kind of like a second family, really, getting to know these people and having fun dancing at the same time. So.
Yeah.
One time we actually were interviewed by Cable 12, and we were getting ready for what was called then the Star of the North dance competition. And we just had, they came out to the studio and saw where we performed, and we then went to the place live and did a little recording there as well.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another fantastic hour of fun and dancing here on Polka Spotlight.
Oh boy, well, we make it look pretty easy on TV, but there's a lot of preparation involved with putting on that show as far as getting all the dedications just right, responding to the fan mail, and making sure that we have all our ducks in a row so that when that show airs, boy, when they roll those cameras, there's no editing. You just go full guns into a live TV show, and we actually get a kind of a kick out of it because it is live. And one time we had a guy who he wanted to do a magic trick, Darnay the magician, and he brought his bird, and he said to me, "Dan, can I go on soon? Because the bird might not make it if I keep him in."
He had him in his coat pocket.
Yeah, and I said, "Okay, you're out next." So as it turns out, he brings out his handkerchief, and he says, "Anything in the handkerchief?" "Nope, nothing there." "Okay," and out comes the bird, and there's feathers all over the place.
It was hilarious.
That dove came out.
Whoa! Well, hi there, little fella.
And that was the first time there was ever a magic trick on Polka Spotlight. So we really enjoyed the unpredictability of the show.
Well, and then we get the opportunity to interview the people that actually dance on the show, and so those interviews can be just comical as well.
The one with Hildy recently.
Oh, it was. People were wondering whether Hildy and Stu had been married or were married, and her response was, "Kind of." We were like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah.
Kinda.
I'm sorry, but
Kinda.
that's like kind of being pregnant. You're not.
So the dancers themselves are really wonderful people, and we try to share that with our audience.
Just to let them get to know the people who dance a little better, and it's a good opportunity for that.
Yeah. And we're kind of mirroring the show a little bit on the Lawrence Welk show, because we both grew up with that, and we have been called in the past Bobby and Sissy. So,
Can you believe it?
but
Yeah.
not recently, but we have.